It's also exactly what I want to make.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Nadia Dalimonte with Next Best Picture. How are you all today?
Very good, Nadia.
Well, thanks.
Amazing.
Those
Well, I'm
DVDs
so
back there?
honored
We
first
got
and
back there.
foremost to speak with the three of you. Congratulations on the film. I saw it at the Toronto premiere and have not stopped thinking about it since.
Okay,
Such gorgeous and thoughtful storytelling, and it's the gift that we'll keep on giving. There's so many layers to explore, so congratulations first and foremost.
Thank you. Thanks.
Guillermo, I wanted to start with you here. You made the film that you always wanted to make. It took a long time to make, and I'm curious to know if your interpretation of Mary Shelley's text changed a lot over the years, and if you found yourself kind of exploring bits and pieces of Frankenstein in your other films leading up to this point.
I mean, you can find Frankenstein on Kronos, you know, the stapling of Federico Lupi's head, and the way he approached the makeup, the makeup of the pale marble creature is tried for the first time in Kronos, and on Blade 2, the story of Nomak returning to his father and saying, "Why did you create me like that?" is on Blade 2. Hellboy, Mike Mignola and I agreed very much that that character was sort of a Frankenstein. Blah, blah, blah. Crimson Peak is a dress rehearsal for this Frankenstein. So yeah, I mean, I have had a very vivacious but not very varied conversation with the world. So I admit to that, and I think that everything was leading to this movie. And it changed with me. I wanted to make it as a young man. I wanted to make it as a father. I wanted to make it as a son. And finally, you know, at age 60, you make it in this way, which is full of truth and experience. And you try to not filter where it hurts or make yourself look better through your characters, because you feel like Victor and you feel like the creature and you feel like Elizabeth, you know. So yeah, it changes with age and it becomes more you. That's the thing. And then the experience becomes more us, which is fantastic. Right when you say, well, I have a hold on it, this family comes together and brings flavors you never imagined. This too, right here. You know, every day was a joy because I was not cooking alone. We were making a banquet together.
And Jacob and I made sure to email all those actors from the other movies to let them know they were in the dress rehearsal.
We let them know.
Yeah.
We let them know. Just
Thanks so much for that thing you
Thanks
did.
for the dress
Thanks
rehearsal.
for submitting your...
Yeah. Thanks for your thoughts.
And Guillermo, speaking of these two, Oscar and Jacob, talk about a dream collaboration
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Talk
What
about
did it mean for?
That sounds so right.
You know, for me, the moment they didn't come together until we were shooting, and we started with the ending, which was frankly a very bold move, but then it was really great, and I say this accidentally, to start building backwards from there.
Yeah.
You know, because we knew where they were gonna be, and you could map things more beautifully, and earning that ending, which we shot 2 times. We shot it one day, and then we came back the next day because Oscar felt, can I try something different, a different color? And we came back and did it, and that's what's in the movie. So, you know, and when you know you have actors that are perfect for the role spiritually, then the rest is a joy.
Mm-hmm. And Oscar and Jacob, what did it mean for the two of you to be part of not only this iconic story, but also Guillermo's passion project, and then finding those personalized versions of your characters?
Well, Guillermo and I first met, again, it was in 2005, I think, in passing in Toronto, actually. You were there with Pan's Labyrinth. I was there with the first movie that I'd been in out of school. And I just kind of, and then we would, every once in a while pass by, there was a moment we were going to work together, and then it didn't quite happen. And so it just, you know, it felt like it was coming at some point, you know. And so when we first met, it was a general meeting to have a coffee and eat a little Cuban food. And we started talking about just about our families and our parents and our being fathers. And, you know, we just connected very emotionally. And that by the end of that conversation, Guillermo asked me to play Victor. Yeah. And it was a conversation, and the conversation keeps going. And we've talked basically every single day since then.
Yeah, I call him more than I ever called my parents.
I'll never be able to articulate the immense privilege it is to work for Guillermo del Toro. He made the films that make my soul. Like the version of myself that I've been since I was probably 7 years old, playing in the creek at home and being obsessed with moss and terrariums, and I found that in his films. So now to be able to be in it, I can't, there's no words that I have that could, tell you how I feel about it, really.
Yeah, it's a truly, truly unique and special experience. And Jacob, adding on to that, your voice work and your movements as the creature, I was in awe of watching you and creating this sensory experience that you did. And I'd love to know how the costumes and the makeup kind of helped shape your portrayal for the creature.
They were fundamental. I mean, I couldn't have done anything. You start with your body, but you can't make the whole thing until you have the sort of weight of Kate Hawley's coat or the brow of Mike Hill's, creature design pressing down, or the teeth filling out your gums. They're all sort of, I had a lot of ideas. I'll call them like soul ideas. I had ideas in my spirit, and I had a feeling, but I don't think I couldn't have translated that feeling to the screen without those elements.
And Oscar, for you, you bring this really remarkable, all-consuming, manic kind of rock star energy to Victor. And there's this father figure element to him as well, where the creature is like a newborn extension of him in a way. Mm-hmm. How did the theme of fatherhood help shape your portrayal?
Well, it's exactly right. When he first starts telling the story, he has to go back to talk about his own father to even try to make sense of what's happened. Whereas anybody else would just start with, "I made this creature," But he's but he starts with, "Let me tell you who made me first." And so this idea of this inheritance that that everything is in relation to this father that rejected him, and that he now feels the need to defeat even mentally and emotionally, and to defeat the death that happened that took his mother away, and how the only woman that he sees in his life is his mother, whether his actual mother or Elizabeth, that's played by the same actress. It's very much about the kind of sins of the father being revisited and him being blind to just doing the exact same thing again.
Yeah, incredibly resonating. Well, I am getting the wrap. So, gentlemen, this film is such a gorgeous work of art. I could talk to you about it all day. So much to explore thematically, visually. So I really appreciate all the love that you put into your craft. And thank you so much for taking the time to chat today as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good question.
Thank you.